Hey everyone, it's Troy Jackson with this week's weekly update, and I got really great news this week. The PUC actually approved the Northern Maine transmission line, the Long Road Wind Project. This is a huge deal for Maine. I mean, I've been working on this a long time in the legislature, but it's been a long time coming. I mean, I used to hear about this, way before I was in the legislature. I want to be really clear. This is a big deal for Maine. I mean, we've seen the high costs of energy recently based on natural gas. We have an opportunity here to get low-cost energy right here in our backyard in Northern Maine and have all these incredible construction jobs and other spin-off opportunities in Aroostook County. I've heard people talk about, well, it's $1 billion for construction. Well, everything costs money to have it constructed, but the fact that this energy is so much cheaper compared to what we're paying now with natural gas means it's actually going to be lower cost for the people in Aroostook, the people in Maine, and the people in New England. And that's a great thing. I mean, that's energy independence right here in our backyard, plus the jobs that it creates to build this. And so when you hear about it's going to cost a lot of money, well, it does, but it's going to save a lot more money. And that's why it's so important, getting us off of reliance on fossil fuel, getting us off reliance on other countries' energy. We worked with the state of Massachusetts. I really want to thank them too for coming in. They took a big cost of the construction, the price of the construction line, because they're interested in having that large glut of energy into New England. Helps them too. We still got other hurdles we got to get over, but by far the PUC deciding unanimously in favor was a huge deal to getting this going. So this week marks the beginning of Black History Month. We have a lot of stories here about the struggles that Black Mainers had to go through. Some of these stories of places like Malaga Island, where entire communities were uprooted, the racism that they had to endure, and a real attempt to basically stamp out their whole existence. And that's why this is so incredibly important that we obviously recognize where we've been, the real pain that has been caused to people that are Mainers here in the state, and certainly talk about some of the progress that we've made here. Someone that I have huge respect for, Jerry Talbot, organized people from Maine to go to march with Dr. Martin Luther King. Jerry was the first Black legislator in Maine history. He's just an icon to me, someone that I have huge respect for. And now his daughter, Speaker Rachel Talbot Ross, is now the first Black Speaker of the House, and someone that has just done an incredible job on all kinds of different issues. This legislature is by far the most diverse legislature that we've had, certainly that I've been in.
The young women and men of the state will now be able to see themselves in the highest places in our state government. I could not be happier and more proud.
And so sometimes the way that we make progress on this issue can be small, but certainly meaningful. This week, Senator Hickman had a bill to allow tribal members to have free access to state parks here in Maine. Tribes in Maine have certainly been someone that we worked with a lot over the last 3-4 sessions, certainly trying to restore their faith and repair obviously some of the damage that's happened to their people through time and history. And this bill, in this case, the Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry Committee, passed it bipartisanly, unanimously. Like I said, while it was small, it certainly shows some of the attempts that we're trying to do to just restore that faith. And that's why bills like that, Senator Hickman's bills and others that we'll be working on, are really important. So here in Maine, we still have a lot of work to do to respect tribal sovereignty. That's certainly the work that we want to do and will be doing over this next session with our incredible partners, the tribes here in Maine. With that, I want to make sure, we're in, unfortunately, one of the coldest parts of, our winter so far. Look out for your friends and neighbors, people you don't even know right now. Check on people and try and figure out ways for people to get to a warming center, because no one should be having to deal with the situation like we're going to have this weekend, this week with these cold temperatures. So do whatever you can for your neighbor because it's important. And with that, you know, I'm going to end this week's weekly update. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care, everyone, and stay warm.